From Studio A, this is WGAL8 Brainbusters. Now, here's your host, Rich Rosen.
Well, hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us once again for our high school quiz show on WGAL8. We are so excited to be here today because we are welcoming two new teams that we haven't seen for a couple seasons, Penn Manor and Bermudian Springs. Who will return for round two? Well, we're going to find out in less than 30 minutes, beginning now with today's opening round. We have 10-point questions and one big brain buster brought to you by Turkey Hill. Welcome to all 6 of you. Pick up your signaling buttons and let's use them frequently, beginning now with this 10-point question. The Sunday Times of London revealed that Queen Elizabeth was tickled pink to make a new pal in the weeks before her death. Who is the star of Mission Impossible and Top Gun that visited her? Brady.
Tom Cruise?
Tom Cruise is the one, yes. His theory of gravitation was said to have been inspired by a falling apple.
Isaac Newton?
Isaac Newton is correct. Abraham Lincoln had 2 vice presidents. His first was Hannibal Hamlin. Who was the second? Surin.
Johnson?
Andrew Johnson, who became, of course, our 17th president. Matthew Webb swam at first in 1895, but it wasn't until 1923 that Enrico Triboschi swam it the other way, from France to England. What body of water, Brady?
English Channel?
The English Channel is what they were crossing. This 1831 novel opens on the Feast of the Epiphany, 1482. It's the end of the Feast of Fools, and Quasimodo is chosen the Prince of Fools. In what novel?
The Hunchback of Notre Dame?
The Hunchback of Notre Dame is correct. It was launched October 4th, 1957 by the Soviet Union and fell to Earth 92 days. And Chris?
Sputnik?
Sputnik is the world's first artificial satellite. George Lazenby played him once, Timothy Dalton twice, Pierce Bronson played him 3 times, Daniel Craig 5 times. Who is this fictional secret agent, Aaron?
James Bond.
James Bond is the one. In politics, if you want anything said, ask a man. If you want anything done, ask a woman. That was the opinion of the Iron Lady, who was Prime Minister of Great, and that is Surin.
United Kingdom?
Oh, no, sorry. Chris?
It was Margaret Thatcher?
Margaret Thatcher was the Prime Minister of Great Britain from 1979 to 1990. In Greek mythology, he was said to live in remote mountains and caves and to cause this sudden, inexplicable fear that can overtake travelers in such places. Who was the god of shepherds and flocks? Half man, half goat. Aaron?
Pan.
Pan is the correct answer. At the beginning of the 20th century, blues, gospel, ragtime, African, and Creole music merged in New Orleans to form a distinctly American art form. What was this new music called?
Blues?
Cooper.
Blues?
No, sorry, that's incorrect. Do you know Penn Manor? Brady?
Jazz?
Jazz is the correct answer. And now it's time for the Big Brain Buster, brought to you by Turkey Hill. For 10 points and a gift certificate for Turkey Hill for everyone on the team. In 2022, the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline began a 24/7 service via a toll-free hotline with a new number. It is available to anyone in suicidal crisis or emotional distress. What 3 numbers will reach the crisis center? Aaron?
999?
Nope, sorry, incorrect. Any idea, Bermudian Springs? Chris?
811?
No, sorry, we stumped you on 988. When the British burned the White House in 1814, Dolly Madison rescued this full-length portrait by Gilbert Stuart. Who was the subject? Chris?
George Washington?
He's the one. René Laennec coined the term from the Greek words for chest and inspect. What medical instrument did he invent in 1816? Cooper.
Stethoscope? The
stethoscope is correct. After 13 years alone, he is exceedingly surprised with the print of a man's naked foot on the shore. Who was this castaway in the 1719 novel? We stumped you on Robinson Crusoe. Sirius XM has a station devoted to this classic rock band, so you don't need a miracle to listen to Jerry, Bob, Phil, Bill, and Mickey. What jam band is known for I Need a Miracle, Touch of Grey, and Friend of the Devil? Brady.
Grateful Dead?
You're correct. Good for you for 10 points. In the United Kingdom, you might have to wait in a queue. What do we call a queue in the U.S., Surin?
Line.
We call it a line. If realism is what we see and expressionism is what we feel, what artistic style tries to represent what we dream? Chris?
What is romanticism?
No, sorry. Any idea, Penn Manor? Oh, we stumped you on surrealism, like Salvador Dali, Juan Miró, and René Magritte. The formula for finding the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. What's the formula for finding the area of a parallelogram? Surin?
base times height.
Yeah, sorry, we can't accept it. It is just base time height, and those, of course, are two triangles in every parallelogram. Well, that sound takes us to the end of the round, gives us a chance to catch our breath, and that's a good thing, because we have the one-on-one rapid fire and team lightning rounds when WGAL8 Brainbusters continues in a matter of minutes.
WGAL8 Brainbusters will return after this. Participants on WGAL8 Brainbusters each receive a portable power bank for mobile devices, and the top 4 winning teams will share grants totaling $10,000. So good luck, teams. Now, here's Rich with our coaches and alternates.
Standing next to me is Mr. Chris Meyer. He is the coach from Penn Manor. He's a very busy man. He teaches AP World History, AP Art History, AP European History, AP Economics, Macro and Micro, and an important course, Civics and Government. But you had the privilege this year, or have the privilege this year, of teaching your oldest daughter in your class.
Yep. This year in AP Art History, my daughter, my first of 5 daughters, is currently in my art history class, and she's doing pretty well.
So does she call you Mr. Meyer?
She does not. She calls me Dad, which that's preferred.
And everybody knows.
Oh, yeah.
They all know.
Everybody know by the 2nd or 3rd day.
I don't know, as a teacher, if I feel awkward with my child there, or as that child, if I feel awkward with my father
I
there?
can keep her in line just by threatening to show a couple of embarrassing pictures.
It always works out well. And let's meet your alternate today, and this is Matthew Palmieri, and you're a freshman. Welcome. And so here's a question for you, Matthew. If you could live anywhere in the world, where might that be?
I'd like to live in the United Kingdom.
Why United Kingdom?
I like the landscape is very nice there, and I like history too. There's
And
plenty
they
of that.
speak English, which is really
helps.
helpful, no doubt. Well, thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting your team. And now let's head out to Bermudian Springs. And I'm here with Mr. Shane Miller. Mr. Shane Miller is also a very busy teacher, chemistry, ecology, science Olympiad, quiz bowl, stage crew advisor. You basically live at the school, I'm sure. But you obviously like your school, and Bermudian Springs is a great school by reputation. What do you feel are some of your, or is your school's greatest strength?
I would say, much like I'm always at school, my students are also always at school. Being a small school and everyone's so involved, most of my team is currently at musical practice today, so the same kids are constantly having to do everything to keep the school running, and we provide a lot of opportunities for them.
And thus the community gets very involved, because
yes.
and then you know, and then multi-generations too that come up. Thank you, Mr. Miller, for being here. Thanks for bringing such a competitive team to our studio. And you are Adrian Karras. You are a sophomore. It's the first time here. Welcome. You are today's alternate. And we all worry. Lord knows I wake up and I worry about a lot of things. What worries you today, like a young person? Give us typically what worries you.
It's a little more out there, but I think that probably what worries me the most, and it's not necessarily something that can't easily be solved, but I think freedom of thought in schools isn't taught that well. Like right now, people, I think there's too many people that are okay with being taught what to believe and what the correct thing to do is, especially as we see in like politics, not to get political, but I kind of want to feel inspired and see what other people actually think about the world and not just what they're pressured to think.
Fantastic. Well, it's great to have young people that really care about the world and care about the people around them. Obviously, a very empathetic young man. What a great group of young people and coaches as well. But it's now time to return to our game with today's one-on-one rapid fire, where we pit our individual players against each other. Plus, we find out what's going on in their busy lives. So first, it's a pleasure to welcome Brady Mitchell. Brady, you are a sophomore and at Penn Manor. And, I think about, I guess my phone is one of my most valuable things. Like I say, my watch and my dog and my spouse and stuff. But you own something that's very valuable to you. What is that?
My bass guitar is my most valuable thing I own.
Do you, is this something you've had for a long time, or is it a new guitar that just came into your life?
I've had it for about 2 years now.
And are you a regular player? And
yeah.
You practice all the time?
Mm-hmm.
Well, good for you. I understand, you get the affinity of a musical instrument, and it's yours, and it helps you express yourself. Thanks for being here. Cooper Lockman from Bermudian Springs is a senior. Excellent to have you here. Thanks for participating with us. And, we're grateful for so many things. I'm certainly grateful to be able to be part of this show. Tell us about what you're grateful for.
So it's a little bit of a cliche answer, but I'd probably say I'm the most grateful for my family.
That's nice. Obviously, they treat you well. Do you have any siblings?
Oh yeah, I've got plenty.
Okay, well, how many is plenty?
About 4.
Okay, well, that is plenty. That's all you're thinking about it. Very good. That's really nice. Good for you, and I hope that your family appreciates you as much as you appreciate them, and I hope you're going to appreciate these 3 questions as we put Cooper and Brady one-on-one. Honeycrisp, Winesap, Fuji, Granny Smith, Crispin, Macintosh. What kind of fruit are they, Cooper?
Apple.
They are all apples, yes. Here's a Mozart Festival question for you, for all you Mozart fans out there. Mozart was born in Austria, January 27, 1756. In what city did he die in 1791? Brady.
Vienna?
He did die in Vienna. Good for you for 10 points. Ag is the chemical symbol for silver. What is the chemical symbol for gold? Cooper.
AU.
AU is the correct answer. Good for you. Wow, what a great game going. 90-80 as we now meet our 2 captains. So first from Penn Manor, it's a pleasure to welcome Surin Clark, and he is in the 11th grade, junior, 16 years old. It's great to have you here. And again, you also elaborated about something that worries you, and you're willing to share with us something that really worries you. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so what worries me, it's actually the amount of anger in the world. And I would really love to be able to unite people under an umbrella of kindness.
And you know something, there's a line, and I don't remember who said it, it might have been Alexander Pope who said that every social interaction, there's a moment for kindness, and you can make somebody's day.
Exactly.
Well, thank you very much for believing that and sharing that and spreading that, because move it forward, pay it forward, no doubt. Chris Eaton is a senior from Bermudian Springs. Captain, great to have you here. You did very well in that first round of play, and it's nice to welcome you to Studio A. So here's a question. You had $1 million. You could donate to any charity. What charity would you donate to?
I would donate to the JDRF Foundation.
Now, why would you particularly pick that?
I was diagnosed at a young age with diabetes, and they helped me so much to get on with my life and grow up healthily.
It's an incredible organization, and I applaud you for supporting them, and thank you to them for supporting you. Chris and Surin, hopefully you're going to enjoy these 3 questions as we put you 2 one-on-one. Earl Warren, William Rehnquist. Who? Surin?
Chief Justice.
No, I'm sorry. I cannot accept that. I'm going to complete the question for Bermudian Springs. Who is next in this series? Chris?
Not know.
Then that is not correct. It's John Roberts, the Chief Justice. I'm sorry, sir. Anticipation did not work in your favor. The company said that they will continue to lay off employees in the coming year. So says Chris.
Elon Musk.
No, sorry, I'm going to complete the question for Penn Manor. So says CEO Andy Jassy in a memo to workers in November 2022. Surin.
Amazon.
Amazon. Andy Jassy is the CEO of Amazon. And finally, the original Colossus stood in the harbor of Rhodes. What statue did Emma Lazarus call the new Colossus? Chris?
The Statue of Liberty.
The Statue of Liberty. Of course, her poem, The New Colossus, is on the pedestal. Look at those scores, 100-90 as we meet our 3rd players in today's competition. So first, from Penn Manor, pleasure to welcome Aaron Harnish. Nice to have you here. You're a senior. And, movies. I mean, there's so many movies, there's so much content out there, it's hard to decide what is our favorite. But you've narrowed down to a particular favorite movie.
Definitely Forrest Gump. I like how it values experiences over material possessions.
I love that too, and it's a great thing. But Forrest Gump came out when you were like a toddler. Mm-hmm. So is this something you saw as a young man? I mean, very young, or?
I only first saw it a few months ago.
I see. And you were just enlightened by it. Yes, it is an inspiring movie. It's something you can watch over and over again. Roman Diaz is a sophomore at Bermudian Springs, and we welcome you to Studio A. And I mean, everyone could say, who's my celebrity crush? It would be, of course, Alex Trebek. You have a celebrity crush, too.
Yeah, it may sound silly, but my celebrity crush is Danny DeVito.
And why Danny DeVito?
Even in his older age, he still maintains his unique physical physique.
And he's funny, consistently funny, and he just seems like a really nice guy that you can sit down and talk to.
Yep.
And he doesn't have that hoity hubris about him.
He's just a normal
Roman
guy.
and Aaron, let's put you 2 one-on-one. Washington Irving wrote The Legend of the Alhambra in 1832. Who wrote The Legend of Sleepy Hollow in 1820? Aaron.
Fitzgerald.
No, not he, sorry. Roman, do you have any idea? What? Roman?
Pass.
Okay, no, it's Washington Earth. He wrote it as well. It was the first planet discovered in modern times with the aid of a telescope. Which planet, the seventh from the sun? Aaron.
Jupiter.
Oh, no, sorry. Roman, which planet, the seventh from the sun, was detected March 13, 1781 by Sir William Herschel?
Uranus?
Uranus. Roman, you are correct for 10 points. And finally, he lives in the catacombs beneath the Paris Opera House, where he watches over Christine, a young singer. Who is this title character of a 1911 novel and Andrew Lloyd Webber musical? Oh, we stumped you on one of the most popular musicals of all time, Phantom of the Opera. Okay, 100 to 100. We're now going to pick up the pace and play today's 60-second Team Lightning round. So, Roman, you gave the last correct answer, so you will select first. Your team will select first among these three quizzes. We have, let me get them out here, I'm sorry. Words ending in NY, letterbox, and OO.
Words ending in NY.
Okay, Chris, you know I take your answer as the team's answer. I know Cooper and Roman, are you comfortable with that,
Yes.
Chris? Okay, words ending in NY. It may be funny or phony, but the answers to this quiz all end in NY. So for 10 points each, identify this litany of words. Good luck, Chris. I'm ready for you, and I know Cooper and Roman are ready to help you along. 60 seconds on the clock, which will begin after I finish reading the first question. It's the capital of the state of New York.
Albany.
Albany's correct. There's one in every Energizer battery. A bunny. It's the science of plant life.
Botany.
Botany's correct. A dark hard wood, often used for piano keys.
Mahogany.
Ebony, a serious crime, murder or burglary, for example.
A felony.
Felony's correct. Muscular, athletic, burly, the opposite of brainy.
Brawny.
Brawny's correct. It borders Denmark on the north and Switzerland on the south.
Germany.
Germany, the first name of Mr. Snicket, creator of the unfortunate Baudelaire children.
Pass.
Lemony, a pleasing combination of notes and a chord for barbershop singers. It's a floor part.
Harmony.
Harmony, yes. It's hull-dried kernels of corn used for making grits.
Pass.
Hominy. In sports, this is the opposite of the ecstasy.
Pass.
The agony, a river or mountain range of western Pennsylvania.
Allegheny.
Allegheny's correct. A dryly humorous or lightly sarcastic mode of speech. And that was irony. Ooh, a little stumbling on your part. 7 correct, so 70 points came your way. Is this a break for you, Penn Manor? Well, we're going to find out shortly with the 2 remaining quizzes, letterbox and OO.
We'll go with OO.
OO. Each of the answers in this quiz have 2 O's in them and only O's. Some separately, some in pairs. So for 10 really good points, identify these. So sir and I take your answer as the team's answer. Brady and Aaron are ready to help you along. 60 seconds on the clock, which will begin after I finish reading the first question. Good luck, and here we go. The NFL team from Dallas.
Cowboys.
Correct. A puzzle with a cross clues and down clues.
Crossword.
Crossword.
Correct. It can be primary and secondary. It's where most children learn.
School.
Correct. The Nobel Peace Prize is awarded in this capital city of Norway.
Stockholm.
Oslo. A popular movie snack.
Popcorn.
Popcorn can. A long-handled sweeping brush.
A broom.
Broom is correct. Radio code word for the letter F.
Foxtrot.
Foxtrot.
Correct. Doolittle or Dre or who?
Pass.
Doctor. It's about 240,000 miles away and was once part of the Earth.
Moon.
Yeah, moon.
Moon is correct. An English university or the home of the University of Mississippi.
Oxford. Oxford.
Oxford is correct. The trunk of the human body.
Pass.
Torso. A member of the Church of the Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Mormon.
Yes, you are correct. If you have a snowstorm, you might want this piece of removal equipment.
Shovel.
It has to be a snow shovel, 2 O's. The national one in D.C. is part of the Smithsonian Institution, and that's the National Zoo. 9 correct. 90 points came your way. 190 to 170. What a fantastic game as we now reveal today's bonus Brainbuster category. During our break, our teams will wager 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, or 25 points based on their knowledge of the House of Representatives. We'll see how our teams do with the bonus Brainbuster and, of course, the all-important Final Frenzy when WGAL 8 Brainbusters continues in just a moment or two.
Watch all this season's episodes of WGAL8 Brainbusters anytime on WGAL.com. Our online home also includes our tournament schedule and a chance to learn more about the show and host Rich Rosen. Go to WGAL.com and click on Brainbusters.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to Studio A. Well, once again, we are heading into the final 2 rounds with our teams neck and neck. Who's going to return for round 2? Well, we have 2 more rounds to find out beginning now with today's bonus Brainbuster. During our break, our teams wagered 0 to 25 points based on their knowledge of the House of Representatives. Let's head into the News 8 newsroom with Brian Roach. He has today's question. Brian, welcome to Brainbusters.
Thanks, Rich. And now for your bonus Brainbuster question. When the nation was founded, there were 65 members of the House representing 3.9 million people in 13 states. Today, representing 331 million people in 50 states. How many members of the House of Representatives are there? Again, when the nation was founded, there were 65 members of the House representing 3.9 million people in 13 states. Today, representing 331 million people in 50 states. How many members of the House of Representatives are there? Good luck with your answer. And now, back to Studio A. Rich?
Thank you, Brian. Good luck, teams. We'll give you about 5 seconds. We're all eager to know if you know this answer, and I know our viewing audience feels the same way. Okay, pens are closed. Søren, we always start with this side of the set, so if you'll kindly show us your response first. Did you come with the answer, the right answer? 435, you are correct. So you are going to add 25 points to your score. Civics and government class came in handy. Chris, did you come up with 435?
Yes.
430, oh, a little bit of that. 435 is the answer. 20 point, a little bit conservative on your wager. So we have 215 to 190. Well, all the marbles are coming up right now with today's Final Frenzy. This time we have 20-point questions. It's anybody's game. Pick up those signaling buttons. Use them frequently, beginning now. It has 6 states and 2 territories, the Capital Territory and the Northern Territory. What island country is it? Aaron.
Australia.
It is correct, Australia. He wrote 32 piano sonatas, including the Moonlight Sonata. 9. Søren.
Mozart?
No, not he. Sorry. And then, of course, the 9 symphonies, including the Pastoral Symphony. Chris.
Beethoven.
Beethoven is the one. In November 2000, it was suggested that this 7th century English saint be made the patron saint of disputed elections, a reference to the hanging ones in Florida's election. Who was the first bishop of Lichfield? That was the hanging Chads. It was Saint Chad is the correct answer. Louis Pasteur proved that all living things, even microbes, come from other living things. What popular theory of his time did he disprove? Cooper.
Evolution?
No, not evolution, sorry. Søren.
Spontaneous evolution?
Oh, you're so close. It's spontaneous generation is what he disproved. It started almost as soon as the 100 Years' War ended in 1453. What English war lasted from 1455 to 1485? Roman.
War of the Roses?
War of the Roses is correct. If 2 events are complementary, the sum of their probabilities is always the same. What is it? Chris?
100.
100 or 1% or 100%. You are correct. In 1911, he developed the concept of the pleasure principle, but wrote beyond the. Who wrote Beyond the Pleasure Principle in 1920? Who wrote the book Beyond the Pleasure Principle in 1920? Aaron.
Freud.
He's the one, yes. A little learning may be dangerous, but it might help you here. What English satirical poet wrote, "A little learning is a dangerous thing," in his 1711 essay on criticism? That is Alexander Pope. Ants live in such abundance in the Amazonian rainforest that in some places this acid can burn your lungs. What organic acid is naturally found in ants? Ooh, we stumped you on formic acid. This 1957 book begins with the rhetorical question, who is John Galt? What is this novel by Ayn Rand? Oh, Atlas Shrugged. In 1487, he became the first Grand Inquisitor of the Spanish Inquisition. What Dominican monk was responsible for the torture and death of thousands of Jews, suspected witches, and the so-called heretics? That was Torquemada. Well, that now takes us to the end of the round and to the end of the game. By merely 5 points, we are going to see Penn Manor for round 2. But we hope to see you in just a few short moments.
Scorekeeping for WGAL 8 Brainbusters, presented by Jennings College Consulting, where students discover the right college fit for the future. We'll return after this. Welcome back to WGAL 8 Brainbusters, the Susquehanna Valley's longest-running high school quiz show. Once again, here's your host, Rich Rosen.
Well, what you just witnessed was a fantastic demonstration of how to play Brainbusters. Both teams were neck and neck. Both teams were in a position to return for round two, but only one team can be triumphant, and that was Penn Manor. So they are going to return for round two. We say goodbye to Bermudian Springs. Thank you so much for being here and being such a great competitive team. Coming up on the next WGAL 8 Brainbusters, Gettysburg and Spring Grove, and we are expecting another very exciting half hour. Thank you for spending part of your day with us. Thanks for being here, and please do join us next time. So long. See you next time.